This is a News Channel 2 presentation. Welcome to live coverage of Utica's St. Patrick's Day Parade. Today's special broadcast is brought to you by Little Falls Lumber, Dan's Lawn Care, Upstate Honda Dealers, and the Potting Shed Antiques. Now, live from Genesee Street, here's Kristen Copeland and Steve McMurray.
Good morning, everybody. Top of the morning to you. I'm Steve McMurray alongside Kristen Copeland, and we'll hear from more of the News Channel team coming up. It's Parade Day 2025, and got to be one of the warmest we've had in many, many years. This is awesome.
The sun is shining here in downtown Utica, and we have experienced it all. We are live in downtown Utica across the street from the historic Stanley Theater on Genesee Street. Soon, some 135 marching units are going to come to our vantage point, but what we see right now, this is the Mad Mile. A number of people making their way from Oneida Square to Columbia Street, and they're doing it as fast as they possibly can.
Because they want to finish.
They want to finish.
And then watch the rest of the parade or begin their post-race celebrations, as it were.
Absolutely. And, well, gosh, I can't say enough how awesome this weather is. Speaking of Oneida Square, we're going to get right to the beginning of our coverage. We have News Channel 2's Jason Paulus and Eric Gage at Oneida Square. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Kristen and Steve. She hit the nail on the head. It is a gorgeous weather day. In fact, it was cold here about 20 minutes ago. It's not cold anymore.
Yeah, it's warmed up pretty quick. And matter of fact, the sun is starting to rise and more. We're in the shadow of the buildings, but if I take a couple of steps back here, it's already in the sun. So we've got some sun shining right now. And again, yes, today it's looking great weather-wise with the temperatures already soaring into eventually the 50s, 60s, nearing 70 today. And of course, the crowds, unbelievable.
Yeah, Keith's going to pan over and show you. This is the most people I've seen right around this curve this early. Because usually it's cold, it's rainy, or it's snowing, and now the sun is out. I've seen people in short sleeves walking around here. So looking forward to a gorgeous, gorgeous day. And we've shown a couple of shots the last 20 minutes or so. They're lined up all the way down, over 130. I talked to Pat McGrath, the co-director of this year's parade. Yep, and they're very excited. Everybody's coming over and talking to us. It's just the way it is here for live television. But a lot of folks, coming out for this. You have a fan club, Eric.
I know, it's great seeing a lot of folks out and about here too. And yeah, it's great seeing the community. Overall, I've enjoyed meeting some people I haven't met before. But yeah, I mean, you can see just the crowds coming in full force today. Lots of candy being thrown as well, so the kids are going to have a lot of fun as well. And again, you couldn't ask for a better day for it.
I know, we're just minutes away from the start of the race. Boilermaker, I've got my head. Well, because the Mad Mile went through. Yeah. That's the biggest Mad Mile I've seen in years.
Oh, easily. I mean, I've been in a couple of years where, compared to what ran this year, it's been amazing, the amount of crowd. And again, this is great weather for the running as well. And I think that it's great weather for the parade too. For the parade,
yeah, it's going to be gorgeous. We're going to enjoy walking down Genesee Street. We'll join the parade as soon as our group comes through. We're in the red division. That's going to be a while because there's a lot of folks in the parade this year. And Steve and Kristen can go over all of the divisions when they come through. But one of the things I've noticed is people are smiling again. It's been a long winter. We've been stuck inside. We've had a lot of snow. Folks up north, we saw the pipe band here from Camden. They dug out, and they are here from Camden representing today.
Yes, and that's the amazing thing, too. Yeah, this winter has been a winter we haven't experienced in quite some time, and a lot of folks are just anxious to get outside, just enjoy spring weather. And it is still technically winter time out there right now, but spring, you kind of smell it in the air. Everyone's out. Again, you mentioned some people in T-shirts as well. So this is something that I think a lot of people are looking forward to after a pretty long winter.
Absolutely, they're going to start lining up. You see the rescue UPD's trucks coming through. Police and fire are getting ready to line up. We are just minutes away now. I'm going to check my watch here. I see my watch. It's a phone. Nobody has a watch anymore, do they? We're about 2 minutes away or so from the start of the parade. An exciting time here too, because you get that feeling of spring is here. people are excited to be out once again, getting outside and enjoying this. As you can see, everybody coming up to line up here. Utica Fire Department lining up. They're up here first. And then the police department is going to join in. We got a great group representing today.
Yes, a great group all together. I mean, the crowd way down Genesee Street is just amazing. And I also wanted to add to this, too, because it got me out along the thought of, how Memorial Day is often referred to as the unofficial start of summertime. I think the St. Patrick's Day Parade is the unofficial start to springtime here in Utica.
And today is perfect because it feels like spring finally.
Yes, for the first time in quite a while, it's no longer a wintertime start to springtime. So, a few years ago, snow on the ground. Everyone was marching through the snow-covered streets, snow on their faces, and didn't quite feel like springtime yet. But I think today the atmosphere is a little different. I think a lot of folks are just ready to get out and enjoy the nice weather that's coming in today.
Tom Powers, of course, the parade grand marshal this year, owner of the Celtic Harp. Don't call it Celtic, but it's the Boston Celtics. It's not the Boston Celtics. So we're going to get that straight right now. But yes, the UPD, Utica Fire Department, then the Mastrovito Pace Car will line up along with the Lone Piper, and grand marshals, including Tom Powers, in years past will be joining the parade, walking right on through here, Oneida Square, as they make their way down Genesee Street, right down in front of the Stanley, where, of course, Steve and Kristen will be calling the parade, if you will.
And I also want to mention one thing, too, because, this is a great community get-together, but it's also for a great cause. And I want to emphasize for anyone that is either about to head down or know people that are down here right now, to look out for the wheelbarrows and buckets of Mother Mary Ann's West Side Kitchen. Last year, they raised over $4,000, a lot of non-perishable food items. It's a great way to not only celebrate the community, but also help the community by offering some food items for those in need. So again, this is a great way for the community to help, and of course, overall, it's just a great atmosphere.
Absolutely. You've got the fire department lined up right here in front of us now, and they'll be coming through. And as we said, the Grand Marshal will be joining, walking through here. I was hoping to grab him if I could find him, but I don't see him. I think he's down over there lined up. We're moments away from the start. They'll start the cannon will go off, and then we'll know that we are ready to go here for the 2025 Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade. Eric, just a fun time. I mean, there's so many smiling people here. You don't always see that, even though, it's a fun time. The weather has really changed everyone's mood.
Yes, and that's definitely something that we are looking forward to right now, is just the beautiful weather at this point. As I mentioned, we started out here. It was cold. I mean, we're still in a wind tunnel right now, but within the last hour, it has warmed up to quite a mild temperature, enough to where, probably by the end of this parade, some folks might be in long sleeves. Maybe not quite T-shirts. I don't know if I'm in the T-shirt mood yet, but it is definitely trending that way with the weather.
It is trending that way, and you look down Genesee Street, which is a shot that our senior Keith Hunt photographer, I tease him all the time, but it's a great shot down Genesee Street of 130 plus. In fact, Patrick McGrath is here. He's getting ready to start. He's the co-director of the parade. And Patrick, tell me a little bit about what we're ready to pull the cannon here, aren't we?
We're just moments away from pulling the cannon. We got so many people here. There's so many people deep. The units are lined up, I think, perfectly. Our crew did a great job this morning, and we're ready, and I hope everyone else does.
The fact that you have time to talk to me right now says that you've got a heck of a group ready running this thing.
We do. We have good friends with the parade, and speaking of time, I think it's about I step over and we get Tommy Powers to pull the cannon.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, we're about ready to start. As you can see, everyone is lined up, ready to go. They're going to pull the cannon, if you will. And Tom Powers is this year's Grand Marshal. I talked to him. He was at Wing Wars this year, and I talked to him a little bit. He is so excited to do this and honored to be the Grand Marshal. Our own Steve McMurray was the Grand Marshal. He's told me many, many times, what an honor that was. I can only imagine what it must feel like to be in a parade like this today.
It's a great honor. I mean, this is over 200 years of Utica history, and yes, it's an Irish festivity, but it's more than that. It's a community get together. It's not just Irish. It's Italian. It's everyone coming together really, and just celebrating. I would say more so Utica history, Utica culture. So again, it's a great honor for someone to be appointed that role, and I do think that tradition does continue this year.
Absolutely. You couldn't have said it better myself. That was wonderful, Eric. And we're moments away when Tom Powers pulls the cannon. We start, and then hang on to your hats, folks. You're going to get to sit and watch from home. And I hope that you get outside today, because this is what spring is all about. We're going to be near 70 degrees today, Eric, and get out, get some yard work done if you can see your yard still.
Oh yeah, spring cleaning. I did some spring cleaning yesterday, and even over the weekend when the air is different, the sun is shining, I can actually hear the birds chirping. It's a different time of year, and it's a great, I can get outside and maybe enjoy the fresh air and open the windows and whatnot. So, and of course, people more than open the windows are out here in full force. Utica community, Central New York community, Mohawk Valley community, all coming out to the celebration.
And there it is. That is the official start of the 2025 Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade. The sirens are going. The bagpipes are about to start. Exciting time here in Utica. We're going to send it back to Steve and Kristen, who are down Genesee Street across from the Stanley, as the parade is now underway. Guys, take it away.
Thank you so much, Jason and Eric. Great work up there. Want to give the folks at home a little inside baseball, if you will, about what you're going to see. You're not going to miss any of the parade. They're up at Oneida Square, and then we're going to have the whole parade for you when they get down here in front of the Stanley. So sometimes I know you see 5 or 6 of the units, and folks are like, "Why are you leaving?" You're going to see them all. That's how we're going to handle this.
Well, and we go to commercial break, and we're going to do some picture-in-picture throughout our broadcast as well.
Right. So you're not going to miss anything. And oh, by the way, this is also streaming WKTV.com. And it's on all of our social media platforms as well. So you're not going to miss any of the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade here on News Channel 2. We will be right back after this. Stay with us.
All right, and good morning. This is Utica's St. Patrick's Day Parade live on News Channel 2. I'm Kristen Copeland along with Steve McMurray, and we are live in downtown Utica across from the Stanley Theater as we wait for the parade to march to our vantage point.
That's right. Before we went to commercial there, we saw the official start. The Grand Marshal Tom Powers this year, owner of the Celtic Harp, got the honor of pulling the cannon. There's a shot up Genesee Street right now. You see the Utica Police Department leading the parade. That's a little bit north of Fountain Elms and Munson, if I can see that correctly. So they'll be down at our vantage point in just a matter of minutes. But 130 plus units, and I tell you, it is one of the nicest parade days we've had in a long time. No, do not adjust your sets. When we got here and we started the show, we were in our fancy Helly Hansen black News Channel 2 coats, and now we have shed to our News Channel 2 fleeces. So if it gets warmer, I don't know what's going.
I know. Well, hello. We have our pre-parade preparations, and often we're like, what are you going to wear? What are you going to wear?
That's
what are
right.
you going to wear? I'm like, let's just go. We'll see what happens.
That's right.
And this is what happened. But to your point, the crowd here in downtown Utica is bigger than we've seen in many, many years. I mean, we've been through a lot of different weather scenarios here, and the crowd has always come out in true Utica fashion, Mohawk Valley fashion, but we're at this point probably about 6 people deep.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we've had that, 6 people deep on both sides. I don't know if you can hear the sirens in the distance. We hear them in our through our headsets, but the parade obviously coming up in just a few minutes. That we'll get down to the reviewing stand, which is right next to the Stanley Theater and right in front of Swifties. And the businesses along Genesee Street are happy and having fun this morning. You've got Swifties on Cora open early on a Saturday morning. Further down the street, Griffins and the like. They'll be very excited for the crowds that are here today. And usually what happens, if tradition holds true, folks will head from here over to Varick Street, and it's
Tom Powers leading
Tom Powers
leading the way there
joked,
to the Celtic Harp.
Well, it's funny. He joked during the passing of the shillelagh that he was making a motion to not stop by the Radisson, or Delta, excuse me, but go all the way down Columbia Street to Varick Street. And yeah, maybe we'll wrap it up at the Celtic Harp.
Hey, he's the lead. We follow him.
That's right.
We'll see where we go. What's going to happen when the parade makes its way down to where we are? We saw yesterday Tom Powers painting the green line. When the marching units see that green line, they know it's time to perform. Now, they've had a number of spectators up until that point, but when they hit that green line, the judges are watching, the crowds are here cheering for them. They kick on the music, they start the dancing, they know what they have to do to win prizes.
That's right.
Because there's a contest here for best marching units as well.
Well, what's interesting too, so Pat McGrath and David Wood, the co-directors of the parade, this really has become a year-round labor of love. This is not just the parade, and there are so many events leading up to the parade that really get folks excited about it. You've got the announcement of the Grand Marshal, the passing of the shillelagh, the painting of the green line, the flag raising, last night the mass. There's the parade prizes event that's going to happen in a couple weeks. So they really, really extend it, not just a one-day deal. And what it does is it has really helped get folks in tune to what's going on with the Irish community, and obviously the Irish Cultural Center and 5 Points on Varick Street and Columbia there. It's a year-round thing, and that's
credit,
one of their,
they've built this parade.
Sure.
They've brought it back. These numbers are extraordinary this year. Of course, Mother Nature playing a big role, but these people signed up before they knew what the weather forecast was going to be.
Exactly. And we've had a lot of folks sign up, and then if you have bad weather, they may not show up. But I think you're going to get everybody here today, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to get thrown off because there's some people that weren't on our list.
And it's funny you should say this. So a couple of days ago, they reached out to us and said, we got to change the lineup. We had some dropouts. We had some add-ons. And I said, oh, geez. So we're kind of making our way through, getting our graphics put together and taking our notes and whatnot. And so at the end, after we finished all of that and the redo, I said, so one person dropped out.
Yeah.
One person. And we added so many more, which is amazing.
Exactly. I shot a text to Pat McGrath. I was just curious how many folks were in the Mad Mile, because I think that's got to be the largest contingent so far. Because when it first started, there'd be times that they were down the street in just a few minutes, and then they were good to go. But that was a steady stream of runners for quite a while. So I'm going to try and get that number for you. But just it shows how this event has grown year over year. As we said, obviously, Utica Police Department leading the parade. They're marching in the parade. They're patrolling in the parade.
Presenting the colors as well. There will be the singing of the national anthem and Ireland's national anthem as well. Megan Williams singing our national anthem. Rose Butler singing the Ireland national anthem, Soldier Song. It's such a family affair.
Yep. Well, you're going to see that a lot today, first responders with their families, because the nature of a first responder job is you lose a lot of family time, right? So when they have the opportunity to do an event like this, you take advantage of it. And I think we're getting ready for the national anthem. John Keneally is going to be your public address announcer today. And this is the national anthem.
the land of the free and the home of the brave. Megan
Williams with the national anthem. And then Rose Butler will sing, as Kristen mentioned, Ireland's national anthem. A long-time tradition here, Rose singing.
I believe when the ancient hoarder of the Hibernians comes through,
that's what she'll sing it. That makes sense.
We will hear from Rose.
All right, so as UPD makes their way through the reviewing stand area, followed by the Utica Fire Department and their contingent.
And looking beautiful, I may add. How nice.
Yep, and what you'll see in there, if you look closely at the contingent, they also have some neighboring fire departments with them. I see some guys from Ilion there. That's a tradition. Rome will have a contingent coming up later. Utica Fire Chief, of course, is Scott Ingersoll. I think he's in the crowd further. He's not in his Class A's today. But what a fantastic contingent of UFD and their families. And as we were saying earlier, you know, the nature of the job is a lot of time away from their family and loved ones. So if they get an opportunity to participate in the parade with their spouses and children and other family members, it's a great memory that all of them will have. And it's a better memory because it's so nice out.
Sparky the fire dog working the crowd. This may be the biggest showing of the Utica Fire Department I've seen in years. The antique engine out for the joyride.
Yep, that's Engine 11. That's the Benevolent Association, made up of supporters of the Utica Fire Department and their families. Traditionally, have a large golf tournament at Clam Bake are the two biggest events, and the money goes to the Benevolent Association of the Utica Fire Department. That is a former Utica fire truck that they have now refurbished, and that's their ride, as it were. And I think this is Utica Fire Department's newest piece of apparatus, Engine 7, which is based at Oneida Square.
And its hazmat team as well.
And should mention that Utica's hazmat team is the lead agency for many agencies around here, and both Oneida and Herkimer counties.
Responding beyond city limits.
No doubt.
Utica Fire Department had an interesting last few weeks in our snowstorm where plows were having a hard time getting through, and they were actually responding to medical calls with a UTV.
Yeah.
And now here we are in the sunshine. You'd think it never happened.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, right?
It wasn't that long, just a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, listen, when duty calls, you have to go by any means available, and so they thought out of the box, and they did their job and did it well.
Got a big gap in the action here, which tells me the Grand Marshal is working the crowd as well.
Probably. Looks to me like, if I can see in the distance, I think it's the Master Vito pace cars. Master Vito, the presenting sponsor of today's parade. We thank them for that. And now you hear some dogs barking because there's a lot of dogs both in the parade and as spectators, and that's always an interesting dynamic that we have.
They are part of the family.
They are part of the family.
This is a
That's
family
true.
affair. A number of people in shorts and sandals.
Yeah. It's now there are some hardy souls that do that no matter what the weather is, but today you're seeing more of it.
I don't know that I'm ready to go there.
No, not yet. Well, and when we were standing out on Genesee Street earlier, when you're in between the taller buildings, it creates a column of some wind for you. It is a brisk wind, but boy, when the sun's beating down, you do not feel it anywhere near as much as if it were those rainy, cloudy days that we've had, or snowing days.
Yeah, depending on where you're standing in the crowd, you could be in the shade, and it's much cooler. Candy helps. The candy that gets tossed from the start of this to the end, I'd like to know how many pounds.
No doubt. Well, and so I was talking to a few people last night that wanted to know, they'd never been here, so where's a good vantage point? I said, well, there's a good vantage point anywhere, but if your kids want candy, you go closer to Oneida Square, because if you have a huge crowd, several parade units may run out.
We've learned to strategize.
That's it.
We in years where we were marching, we divided up and say, okay, we can't get to this box until we hit a certain point.
Exactly.
There's strategy in this.
Yep. As I mentioned, Master Vito Hyundai making their way down the parade route. Frank Mastervito, great community supporter, and they are the presenting sponsor for this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade. And obviously we thank them for making this possible. As Eric mentioned earlier, this is the unofficial start of spring. You're also going to see the Lone Piper. This year, Tom Malone doing the honors. He takes over for Dan Murphy, who had been doing it since 1993. Tom actually did it last year as well. And it's not just today. He also participates in the events leading up to the parade, as I mentioned, the laying of the shamrock at the grave of John C. Devereaux, and the Irish flag raising at City Hall, and then the passing of the shillelagh. The Mohawk Valley Fraziers played that role. So bagpipes, obviously, a very large part of today's event and the celebration as a whole.
Grand Marshal Tom Powers here with his shillelagh and a number of supporters, a lifelong Utica resident. He is the owner of the Celtic Harp on Varick Street, an Irish pub that has played a big role in fostering a space for the Irish community and culture. And as we mentioned, he may just keep walking right to his bar and have everyone follow him there. He's ready.
No doubt, no doubt. Tom, just a great guy, great community servant. He's just a fantastic guy, and so happy for him to have this honor bestowed on him. As a past Grand Marshal, we give them all advice, and I said, Tom, just soak this up, because when you have thousands of people cheering for you, there is nothing like it, and it is an experience that you can never replicate, quite honestly, and yet you will never, ever forget. Behind Tom is the Ancient Order of the Hibernians. That's an Irish Catholic fraternal organization. Now, the members must be Catholic and either Irish-born or of Irish descent. Largest membership is now in the U.S., where it was founded in New York City in 1836. And now I believe we will hear from Rose Butler.
The Irish National Anthem as performed by Rose Butler in the Irish language.
And beautiful rendition of the Irish national anthem by Rose Butler. Such an important part of this parade, a hallmark, really, of this event. And we thank her so much for doing that. St. Patrick, obviously making his way down this is his parade. He's got it, right? Jim Sullivan playing the role this year. We thank Jim for that.
The Syracuse Scottish Pipe Band. Formed in 1973 when the city of Syracuse and the American Scottish Pipe Bands combined. The band has a long history of performing and competing in the United States, Canada, and Scotland, including performing at the 9/11 Memorial in New York City.
Let's keep a quick listen.
The Ladies' Ancient Order of the Hibernians, always looking for new members. This group is based on friendship, unity, and Christian charity.
And both Hibernian organizations, the Ancient Order and the Ladies, play a large role at the Irish Cultural Center in maintaining and growing the Irish culture in Utica and the surrounding area.
When the rock music comes on, you know the Maynard Fire Department is making its way to the Stanley Theater. This year, the South Trenton Carriage Company's Clydesdales are carrying the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade Grand Marshals. This is something that's never happened before. And they always have their kilts made of turnout gear.
Yep. Chief Jared Pearl handling the Clydesdales, and they are carrying, as you said, the past Grand Marshals.
How beautiful.
And then you have some of the past Grand Marshals walking in the parade. And here's one, Pat Costello, giving us our annual pin. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Pat.
Yes.
Thank you
Happy
for
St.
having
Patrick's
us.
Day, my friend.
This year's float features Lucky the Leprechaun spreading all his luck over Maynard. Assistant Chief Randy Caldwell on the microphone. He gets the crowd fired up every year.
And that is the same Randy Caldwell who. And he absolutely embraces this, embraces this role.
And smoke.
Yeah.
Where there's smoke, there's the Maynard Fire Department.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Of course, they also brought some apparatus as well.
He's all happy.
A little more traditional.
A little more traditional, but yeah, confetti, smoke, got music playing, Clydesdales.
And they continue to celebrate a past Grand Marshal
Joe
from their
White.
department, Joe White,
Joe White.
1999.
Yep. Fantastic guy, Joe White. Longtime member of the Maynard Fire Department, past Grand Marshal, longtime youth basketball coach. Joe White he's a good man. He made it to the Passing the Shillelagh this year. He is a true wonder.
Have a good one, boss.
Now, quick note about the past Grand Marshals. This year, the Hart Museum at the Irish Cultural Center started to document the experiences of the past Grand Marshals. So that exhibit coming soon.
The Oneida County Sheriff's Office, led by Oneida County Sheriff Rob Mashel. A little bit of green in his uniform this morning.
He's got the green braids on. Also in the contingent with the sheriff is Under Sheriff Joe Lisi, and then you have Assemblywoman Marianne Buttonshawn. And Joe Griffo is over there, State Senator Joe Griffo. County Executive Anthony Pacenti in there. I'm trying to see who else I could see.
Some council members, Utica council members.
Yep. Making their way down. So the elected officials.
The elected officials always end up in other people's marching units.
That does happen.
They find each other.
Yep.
So at one point, they used to have their own. And then at one point, the parade organizer said, why don't you guys all just
go together? Exactly. Exactly. A show of unity and bipartisanship.
True. Absolutely. You're right.
Which is never a bad thing. So this is, as I mentioned, other departments, other fire departments show up. These are neighbors to the west. The Rome Fire Department. The village of Rome, interestingly enough, was incorporated in 1819, and the first piece of firefighting equipment was purchased, which was a hand-operated pump. The paid department, the career department, came into existence in 1891. Rome Fire Department. Thank you, folks, for coming down. They're here with their Truck 2. Tower 2, I guess you could call it. Longtime contingent in the parade. Longtime member of the parade, I should say. These are officers of the New York State court system. I think this is a new entrant
I believe
into the parade. In their dress blues, making their way down Genesee Street. We give them credit. It is a brisk wind here, so the two gentlemen holding the flags and the color guard had their work cut out for them all the way down this parade route, no question. And they are stopping in front of the reviewing stand. They got themselves and called themselves to order. Parade rest, parade dress right, forward move. Very nice.
And a less uniform approach is Wilcor International.
Exactly.
William Corrigan, he passed away in 2020. He was a staple of the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade. You may remember him as the parade leprechaun. He was Grand Marshal in 2003, and his family and colleagues continue to honor him and spread Irish cheer.
And Sean Corrigan, again, spelling out C-O-R-R-I-G-A-N, spells Corrigan. A little play on words of the traditional Harrigan children's show that was on many years ago. And even more, Mastrovito contingent. They are the parade sponsors, so they're going to be in every corner.
Traditionally in the Bills' blue and red colors, but they switched to green for this.
Yeah. And behind the contingent from Mastrovito, the folks from First Source Federal Credit Union. Now, their colors are normally green, so they may say this is their day, but also every day is their day, right? That's their color scheme.
Well, it's
green.
the color of money, too, right?
Also true.
Lots of people dressed as leprechauns this year. This is your day to shine.
That is true. Whoever had the contract for Irish paraphernalia did pretty well this year.
Well, I guess there's a lot of leprechauns. Only one Santa Claus. That's what
true.
I was thinking of.
Okay, that's
all
fair.
Right, so there can be many leprechauns.
Yes. Today is the day that we are all Irish. You are all lucky to be Irish today. Some of us are lucky enough 365 a year, right? Huge contingent from First Source. Goodness.
Those are great sweatshirts.
They are.
I keep trying to block my microphone from the wind. I don't know. Is the wind? Do you hear the wind? Hopefully it's not bothering you guys. Doing our best over here. Lots of T-shirts. St. Patrick was Italian.
Yeah, there's a lot of creativity in the paraphernalia that we are seeing. How's that?
Well, leading up to this, again, you're looking at the forecast. You're wondering, okay, how fast can we make shirts? We're going to do this year.
Yep.
You got the beads on order. Lots of candy. The bars are prepared. And you were getting excited about a nice Reuben sandwich.
I am. I have not had one all week, believe it or not. Usually I'm close to double digits at this point, so I really need one. And the end of the First Source contingent is a brand new vehicle they just got, I think about a year ago, that they take to various community events. It's like a food truck on wheels, which like food trucks are on wheels. You know what I meant.
Most trucks are. Okay.
So, anywho.
I wasn't going to correct you. Go with it. This is an off-the-cuff, ad-lib. We're having fun here in downtown Utica today.
As opposed to those food trucks.
You know, we are unscripted. We are unscripted. This is us.
This is us. No question. All right, next up we have Matt Nimey, Buick GMC. They, of course, are on Route 12 in Boonville. They took over for the Lee family just a couple years ago. And the Nimey Auto Group expanding every year, it seems. So not only they have next-gen car care, and then you have Nimey's new generation. Nimey family's been in the automotive repair industry, easy for me to say, since 1964. And now you can shop pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs from Honda, Toyota, Lexus, and all the major leading brands. The Nimey Auto Group, longtime Utica staple.
They brought the beads. It's all about working the crowd.
That's true. And remember, these folks are all competing for prizes. Earlier you saw Elmo in a Nimey's outfit. He must have the day off. Elmo.
Hello, Elmo. Lots of dogs marching in the parade. Here comes the FX Matt Brewing Company behind Nimey's. FX Matt Brewery, founded in 1888, of course, home to Utica Club and Saranac. And now
Utica Club Light.
Utica Club Light.
UC Light is back.
That is back. 99 calories per can.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so I don't know what they're supposed to be, but I'm thinking two things. Blueberry
blonde,
right?
Okay, could be.
And Willy Wonka, you know, when the girl turns into the...
Yes, Violet.
Violet, you're turning Violet,
Exactly.
That's what I see. And sometimes when you go take a brewery tour, sometimes that's what I think, like the chocolate factory.
Yep.
Like you're going into like the behind the scenes and seeing how the magic happens.
I'm sure the Saranac Beer Garden will be full today as well, especially an outdoor setting. You got to take advantage of that, no doubt. Following them is the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce Catalyst Group. The mission of Catalyst is to provide spark to engage young professionals with the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce.
Get a little shout out from Mikey Marcio on the mic. Thank you.
The plan is to have the Catalyst members become then chamber members as they get older, and they work hand in hand with each other on several events throughout the course of the year for the betterment of the business community in the Utica region.
Andrea Heath, the executive director of the Utica Zoo, with her friends as the Utica Zoo Mobile comes through. Now, I got to tell you, the zoo has a major announcement coming up next week. I can't say too much more. Zoo founded in 1914, 111 years old, and still making big announcements, continuing to grow up in Roscoe Conkling Park.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here as the Parade Food Drive folks go through. We're going to do picture-in-picture, though, so you're not going to miss anything. But we're just going to have to thank our sponsors for bringing this parade to you, and we'll be right back after this.
There's a lot of reasons why the Honda CR-V is one of the most popular SUVs on the road. The CR-V is fun to drive, and it's a great deal. It's got a ton of award-winning features and loads of space inside. But most of all, it's a Honda, and that means reliability. Year after year, mile after mile, you can count on the Honda CR-V, a Car and Driver 10 Best for the third year in a row. To see the CR-V for yourself, see your upstate Honda dealer today.
The Empower program is a free energy upgrade program through New York State. It provides upgrades like insulation, gas furnaces, hot water tanks.
We have a full team that identifies what each individual homeowner can receive, every single penny that they could get, and then we do all the processing.
I'm a salesman, but I'm not a salesman. I don't take money from the homeowner. I find funding to give back to them.
There's a different way to do it, and we do it at Standard.
This is no cost to you. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You don't qualify? Like, how are you going to know unless you call?
Are you ready to unleash your potential? We are the Fountainhead Group. We're not just a company. We're a community of innovators, creators, and problem solvers. From engineering and producing innovative products to providing exceptional customer service, we thrive on challenges and opportunity. FGI values diversity, growth, and integrity. Here, your ideas matter and your career will flourish. The Fountainhead Group, where your path to success begins. Apply today and be a part of our winning team. Visit thefountainheadgroup.com/careers.
Welcome back to the St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Utica on WKTV News Channel 2. Now, while we were in break, you saw him. You saw Crave Dugan, the local branch of the international organization based in Dublin, Ireland, and also the Edelweiss Schuhplatters of the Utica Manor Corps, the German dance group founded in 1976. Schuhplatters means shoe slappers. And the Manor Corps having a big post-parade bash today over on Flanagan Road in Marcy that the public is invited to, so certainly give them a try. We also talked about the parade food drive. They were making their way down, and coming into your view, if it's not already, will be the Butler Sheehan Academy of Irish Dance.
Central New York's oldest traditional Irish dance company. Year-round enrollment for beginners, right up through the championship level. 4 years old and up. Always entertaining.
They also played a large part in the pre-parade celebrations, especially at the passing of the shillelagh.
Just saw Olympic bronze medalist Erin Hamlin come through. She was part of the Mad Mile with her children.
Of course she was. Fantastic representative for our area.
And now I didn't talk to her, I didn't get a chance to chat, but she usually makes her way to Old Forge. They had their parade last night.
Yes. And from what I heard, it was this is like the 10th time I've used fantastic. It was a wonderful.
The weather is
hard not
great.
to be, right?
Still a lot of snowpack though up north if you're looking to have some winter recreation fun.
That's right. Mike Farmer, I talked to him yesterday. He said there's still a base on Macaulay for you skiers that they want to get some last runs in. It may not be long, but it's still around. This is Priceless Inspections, founded in 2012. Full-time home inspector servicing all of New York State. Josh Amodio is the president and owner, born and raised in Utica, and has studied the construction techniques used in the older homes of CNY.
The 5 Point Public House of the Irish Cultural Center marching through features a number of people. Now this was really a lot of what the parade was built on is building the Irish Cultural Center. Same with the Great American Irish Festival. And now we have it. It is, if you have never been to the Irish Cultural Center, do yourself a favor, go have lunch, go have a pint.
Yeah. And then visit the Hart Museum upstairs. Now, if you want to know what these flags are, these are the flags of all the counties of Ireland. And again, props to the flag holders, flag bearers today. It is a brisk wind going south, blowing south on Jenny, and they are doing their part. They're probably excited to be toward the close to the end.
Now, please, just let me let you listen to this for a second. This is the Stampede, the official drum line of the Buffalo Bills for more than 10 years, and here they are for the first time in downtown Utica for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Organizers, easily giving them a call. They answer, hey, do you want to come to Utica? Sure, tell us what time to show up. Here they are.
Now, I thought the Bills band would play, they got to play a rendition of Shout. No, isn't that how it goes? But I guess you can't do that at just drums. Coldwell Banker Faith Properties making their way down Genesee Street. They are located at 2811 Genesee Street in South Utica.
Throwing out some t-shirts. Their motto, you don't always need luck. Sometimes you've got to have faith.
Faith. I see what they did there. Oneida County Legislator Lori Washburn from District 21, that represents parts of the city of Utica.
Along with Jack Lemetico on the Common Council.
Yep. Just saw Andy Sikora walk by. He was the chair of the Health Expo last week for Heart Weekend. A couple busy weekends here in Central New York. His wife Jenny, principal in the Utica City School District.
Robert Burmaster along with Jack Lemetico. You know, we're in campaign season.
That's true.
We've entered the campaign season.
You have a captive audience here. If you're just tuning in, this is the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade in Utica here on WKTV. Steve McMurray along with Kristen Copeland. Seen so many of our friends and neighbors coming through. Beautiful day in downtown Utica.
MVHS, of course, operating Wynn Hospital here in downtown Utica. We know where they're marching to. And behind MVHS, we have the Grand Rehabilitation and Nursing. A number of locations in Utica, Rome, Ilion, Chittenango. Long-term skilled nursing and short-term rehabilitation. I believe their colors are typically green, too.
It works out. It works out well, no question. Fantastic crowd here today. Both the size, a lot of smiles going on. As we mentioned, 5 or 6 deep all the way down, pretty much from the starting line, which is Oneida Square, and the parade goes all the way down past the Delta and takes a left onto Columbia Street.
Cheryl LaValle getting a selfie with us as she marches through following. She was with Assemblywoman Marianne Buttonjohn. I feel like we're an attraction over here. People are coming and taking pictures of us.
Of us.
We're like the zoo animals. Don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals, no doubt.
New York Power Authority coming into play here. If you've never been to the Energy Zone up by the Utica Zoo, you have to check it out. It's a whole interactive facility. There's a 3D movie to start, and then you go through and you learn about the journey of the world of electricity and its, stations here, the Power Authority stations here in our area.
Yeah.
It's cool. Check it out. And I ask people, have you been there? No, I don't have kids. You don't need kids.
No.
Go check it out.
You use electricity.
And
You'll find it fascinating. And it's free.
It's free.
Right. They always say nothing in life is free. That, to get in, is free.
Speaking of electricity.
There you go. Very nice how they paired them together. The IBEW Local 43 union supplies skilled labor to over 40 contractors in the Syracuse, Utica, and Oswego areas. IBEW NECA, the Finger Lakes chapter, we're on the job for you.
And that just reminded me to put on my pin from Pat Costello.
There you go. That's right. Past Grand Marshal. It's a big contingent from IBEW. Well, you know what? Such a nice day. Nobody's out.
Well, don't jinx us. Don't jinx them. Let them have a nice day with their family.
Exactly.
Our friends from Rozier Communications coming in with Bug Country, Talk, Kiss FM, and it's not here yet, but the Stuff the Bus. It's never too early to start collecting toys.
No, yeah, absolutely.
For our annual toy drive for the holidays.
Longtime DJ Dave Silvers driving the Bug Country van there. And you have Rocco LaDuca and Jay Aiello from the Talk of the Town.
Mark Wahlberg as well. He's there.
Yep.
Brandon C. actually has a DJ booth set up this year.
Of course he does.
Listen, it's Liz behind him and Roscoe Red in front of him.
Yep.
Sean Andrews here.
Kenny Morrison driving. DJ Martino Rossi, newest DJ there, Frankfurt native.
So Liz, really big into promotions, right? Anytime she has something going on, she's got this circle of friends. I bet she doesn't even have to call them anymore.
No.
She gets them to do a lot of things. You know,
No
dress
doubt.
up as characters. I need you to be an elf this year.
She's awesome. She is fantastic. Liz, listen, it's Liz. She's one of a kind. We love her.
Farmer Ben.
There he is, Farmer Ben from the town of Steuben. Although the farm is on Star Hill Road in Remsen, but Ben Simons.
This may be his first year, and he's marching along with the Tibbetts Maple Farm as well. We have Maple Weekend coming up. Spring is here. Oh, we have animals?
Oh, yeah. Couple pigs there.
They are green. They are green pigs. Can you see that yet?
I do.
Has our camera had that yet? You have green pigs.
That's it.
And cows? This is a first for the Utica St.
I
Patrick's
think it
Day
is.
Parade. We've got cows.
We've got cows. We have cows. That's funny. Ben Simons also plays a big role in the Boonville-Oneida County Fair every year. We take our broadcast up there. Ben and Carl Trainer helping us out with that every year. That's always a fun time up in the North Country.
Yeah, we broadcasted from that very trailer.
From that very trailer. I think we did. And now, one of the favorites here, the Dogs of Ireland. The Irish setters and their handlers, they're all from all over the Mohawk Valley. The crowd loves the green and laughter, but it is really the redcoats they are after. One of the most popular parade stories on WKTV.com last year was these Irish dogs. So we are going...
We're going to go to break, but,
yeah.
but coming up, and you're going to watch the picture-in-picture, we have some awesome floats to check out. We have Coldwell Banker Sexton Real Estate. Looks like they are following the Yellow Brick Road to the Emerald City this year. So check that out as we head off to break. This is News Channel 2's coverage of the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade.
There's a lot of reasons why the Honda CR-V is one of the most popular SUVs on the road. The CR-V is fun to drive, and it's a great deal. It's got a ton of award-winning features and loads of space inside. But most of all, it's a Honda, and that means reliability. Year after year, mile after mile, you can count on the Honda CR-V. A Car and Driver 10 Best for the third year in a row. To see the CR-V for yourself, see your upstate Honda dealer today.
Dan's Lawn Care offers a complete lawn maintenance service. From mowing, driveway sealing and paving, landscape, excavation, and snow plowing. We will meet all your property needs so you can focus on other priorities year-round. Let our knowledge and experience enhance the image of your business or home. We service both residential and commercial properties in Oneida and Madison County. Dan's Lawn Care is fully insured and dependable. To get a free estimate, please call us at 315-335-6542.
With warm weather right around the corner, spring into action and get started on your home projects with Little Falls Lumber. Replace that old deck with something new and fresh. Add more space for your winter toys. Get your free estimate today for that project, big or small. Little Falls Lumber, owned and operated for over 3 generations, prides themselves on professional service, experience, and industry knowledge. They're always happy to help.
Stop by one of our 3 convenient locations and speak to one of our knowledgeable salesmen about your next project.
And welcome back to the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade here on WKTV. While we were away, the Happy Hags Dance Troupe of CNY, their mission statement, to bring joy through the magic of dance. That's while we were away, and they were fantastic. They went up to Cooperstown with you, didn't you?
Yes. Merriest Main Street. They came out, and I said, I know you. I I know you from the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And they said we are year-round.
There you go. Sentinel Media Company making their way through. They are the publisher of the Daily Sentinel newspaper in the Mohawk Valley region. After that, the Sleep in Heavenly Peace. This is a wonderful organization. I gotta stop saying fantastic.
It's okay.
Unless somebody's doing a drinking game with fantastic. They'd be upside down by now.
Fantastic day.
It is.
Pour yourself a drink. So, yeah, Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Founded in 2022, they built hundreds of beds for children in the greater Utica-Rome areas as well as lower Herkimer County, making sure no child has to sleep on the floor. And this year, this was an awesome announcement. Standard heating and cooling and insulating, they're right behind in the parade here. They made the announcement that they were going to fund the monthly builds for Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and they're calling on other organizations to do the same every month, looking for an organization to fund that mission. Last year, Standard providing more than $20 million in free upgrades in furnaces, insulation, water heaters, and more.
You think in 2025 there are still kids who don't have beds. It is hard to fathom, but the folks that Sleep in Heavenly Peace and Standard Insulating stepping up for them. Want to give a quick shout out, the yearly tradition. We got a shout out from Florida. Joe Anise and Janice Brank watching in Florida. They're down there. And Brian McQueen sent us a quick how do you do from, I think he's in Florida too, isn't he?
Listen, we have sunshine too, so it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell, but
Maple View
what's
Farm.
up to Joe and Janice and everybody else watching us on the stream on WKTV.com. You're missing it up here. It's beautiful here. It's going to be close to 70 today.
You just missed the miniature horses.
Did I?
That's new.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's new to our parade. Maple View Farm, miniature horse farm. Angel, Solstice, Odin, and Stormy making their parade debut.
I didn't miss them. There they are.
There they are.
And the farm is on Skyline Drive in Deansboro. Point there being that this is a region-wide parade. And that's how it grows by leaps and bounds. You're going to see representatives from multiple counties here today.
So we are broadcasting live, but we do have a couple of replays coming your way tomorrow at noon and at 8 o'clock on WKTV+. So anybody marching in the parade, including the Utica Curling Club, you will be able to watch yourself tomorrow. Utica Curling Club on Clark Mills Road in Whitesboro, playing host to the Eastern Junior Bonspiel this weekend.
If you've never been there, you need to put that on your bucket list. They have a fantastic,
it's okay. It is. It's a fun time. And we have all of these little gems in our community that a lot of people may not even think to go to because, I'm not involved. Go. Check it out.
Check, no doubt.
And check out the Capital District Youth Pipe Band, devoted to educating students ages 8 to 18 on the craft of Scottish piping and drumming, keeping a tradition alive.
Keep a listen.
Thank you. The Arconida Lewis chapter handing out some goodies. This is a great idea. Buckets to put your candy in.
Yep.
The Arconida Lewis chapter, nonprofit organization, we marched by Chef's Express. That's a delicious bakery operated by clients of the Arc. Another downtown staple to check out. The Arc is going to host the Blue Jean Ball on May 9th at the Onondagas, and tickets are on sale now.
And that's going to be a good time. That's going to be really...
it is, because it's casual, and you're going to, laid back. Just a fun time. You mentioned Brian McQueen. We heard from him. And here's Believe 271.
That group was formed several years ago to assist firefighters who are battling life-threatening illnesses. Oneida Herkimer County specifically, but Believe also has an education program that has helped almost 5,000 firefighters protect themselves against cancer. It's been taught across New York State and as far away as Texas. And the funds they raise helping so many volunteer firefighters around our area with life-threatening illnesses and the expenses that pile up very, very quickly. Thank them for their efforts and their participation. They're a regular contingent in this parade. They come back year after year. This is still part of the Believe 2-7.
Yeah, a lot of different fire departments joining this group. Floyd here with their squad car.
You know, what's interesting is years ago you had seen the crowd would wane a little bit as the elements got worse or people just got sick. Now the crowd's bigger now. As more people are awake.
I would say it's fantastic.
Oh, you know what? Somebody told me that once. And you see Floyd's rehab unit there wrapping up the Believe 271 contingent, followed by our friends from Westmoreland FD. Longtime past Chief Pete Holmes at the wheel of their rehab bus.
Speaking of friends.
And as Westmoreland makes their way through, it's our friends from WKTV. They got to hand out the candy. They still have candy with them.
We still have candy!
Got our sales folks there. Brittany Lollier, Jacqueline Rowlands, Christine Moylan, Tina Salamar.
Kirk in the truck.
And their significant others, their spouses. Zach Lewis is there, Jason, Ben Kinney. There's Tina and Ron Salamar and their son Reese. Eric Gage working the crowd.
Want to mention we're celebrating 75 years this year, and we thank you for celebrating with us. Hope you've been enjoying all of our archived footage. WKTV, of course, the news leader. We are proud to serve Oneida, Herkimer, Otsego, and the surrounding areas. We have our brand new WKTV Plus. If you haven't checked that out, do so. What? We did not bring a castle. The Devereaux Castle.
This is Country Suburban Heating and Air Conditioning, located on Horatio Street in Utica. Utica's expert heating and cooling company, offering furnace and air conditioning services in and around Utica. That being Harry G. They were one of the sponsors of the passing of the shillelagh the other night.
CNY BMX, located on Route 8 in Bridgewater, coming up now. And this is one of those marching units that we have to wait to see what the weather is like. And there are a lot of years these bikes don't make it to Genesee Street, but here they are under the sunshine. BMX in central New York, located in Bridgewater.
And as they make their way through, special note this year for the East Utica Classic. Now, the annual East Utica Classic charity golf tournament was started in 2011 by residents of East Utica. There's also a gala coming up on April 12th at the 72 Tavern and Grill. The recipient of this year's funds, Giovanna DeFazio, and she is the sister of our James DeFazio, our weekend meteorologist. So if you can support that cause, obviously a very special one to us at WKTV. Gia, part of the extended WKTV family. And we support the East Utica Classic and their mission.
This is the Mohawk Valley Fraser's Pipe Band, based in Rome, dedicated to preserving the Scottish traditions of piping, drumming, and dancing. They're always looking for new members. Let's listen.
And the impressive floats continue. This is Sullivan Contracting They employ about 50 people. Environmental services contractor in Sequoia.
That is awesome. That is so awesome. Again, this is a competition for the people marching in the floats. Sullivan employing about 50 people. Environmental services contractor in Sequoia. That's cool. That's cool. Look at the beads they have. So many beads still. That's impressive. They're throwing them out by the bundle, not individual strands, the bundle. Sullivan Contracting making a statement here in downtown Utica.
No kidding. Bourbon Street doesn't look like this.
What? Oh,
we got a special gift.
And
Thanks.
Sullivan Contracting delivering to us. What do we have
beads,
here?
right?
Oh, candy.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
I remember them doing this year.
Oh,
That's
yes.
awesome.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's a nice treat.
Thank you,
Thank
Sullivan
you.
Contracting. We appreciate
Camp Nazareth, the Catholic Charities Camp Nazareth behind Sullivan Contracting, they are going to be on a sugar high if they're getting the getting the Sullivan Contracting bundles. Camp Nazareth, that's up in Woodgate. That's for 8 to 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Operated by Catholic Charities.
If you're just joining us, this is the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade here on WKTV. I have to give a shout out to Uncle Richard and Aunt Peggy who have sent us several messages. We thank them for their support.
Thanks for waking up with us. Top of the morning to you.
Yes, it is.
Utica City FC loving this. They brought a goal here. They are home tomorrow against Harrisburg. That's 3 o'clock. It's going to be a St. Patrick's Day celebration at the game. The team is asking that you buy a ticket and wear green.
That is not too much to ask.
We're going to have some green jerseys, it looks like. Is this a little sneak peek at what we can expect? I
Could
believe
be.
so.
Those will be collector's items. UCFC having a pretty decent year this year. And as we mentioned, it is election season. And that is Betsy Fortino Snyder, and she is running for State Supreme Court Judge in the 5th Judicial District. She is following the Oneida County Democratic Women's Club. The Democratic Women's Club was founded in 1936 when local women began to take an active role in politics.
Showstoppers coming your way with the Zaira Shriners. The clowns have arrived. Always a parade favorite. A network of 22 nonprofit medical facilities across North America.
It was funny when we were asking how long the parade was going to be when we met with Pat McGrath and Dave Wood, and they said, well, depending how big the Shriners contingent is, can add or subtract a lot because they ride around in circles, so they may cover the parade
route. And backwards and sideways.
No doubt. They may cover the parade route 7 different times. So we're going to take a quick break now, but we will still see, you'll still see the parade in our picture-in-picture feature. So take a quick break, and the coverage of the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade in Utica will continue on News Channel 2. Stay with us.
Going in circles.
Come on in to the Potting Shed Antiques for our Madness in March sale starting March 1st through March 28th. Everything will be 40% off except gold jewelry and coins. Stop by and check out our one-of-a-kind antiques located on Oriskany Boulevard across from Whitesboro Middle School.
With warm weather right around the corner, spring into action and get started on your home projects with Little Falls Lumber. Replace that old deck with something new and fresh. Add more space for your winter toys. Get your free estimate today for that project, big or small. Little Falls Lumber, owned and operated for over 3 generations, prides themselves on professional service, experience, and industry knowledge. They're always happy to help.
Stop by one of our 3 convenient locations and speak to one of our knowledgeable salesmen about your next project.
We watched them play last night. This doesn't look too hard.
Yeah, I mean, we went to medical school. How hard could this be?
Oh, no! Ooh, that looks bad. We should probably get some ice on that.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, that's not how you're supposed to play hockey.
Leave it to the professionals. Utica Comets know hockey. MBHS knows healthcare. MBHS is the official healthcare partner of the Utica Comets.
Thanks for joining us for the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade live in downtown Utica. The Shriners making their way through. Now Poppy's Place. Poppy's located in Holland Pat, and they make gluten-free baked goods as well.
Nice.
And Galaxy Media Partners, live and local radio for over 30 years, including 94.9 K-Rock, Mix 102.5 with Big Papa in the morning.
Big Papa's driving the Mix 102 van there.
I know he's been planning his playlist for a number of days here. You have to have it just right for this parade. Galaxy has the Wine and Chocolate Festival coming up on April 26th at the Adirondack Bank Center, so check that out. I mean, wine, chocolate.
Can't get any better than that.
No.
Although today it might be Guinness and chocolate.
As long as there's chocolate.
As long as
I'm
there's
there.
chocolate, right?
Utica Center for Development, a Veterans Outreach Center here in Utica on Washington Street. But this week they actually opened an Oneonta office to help veterans with housing needs, apply for medical care, get the food that they need. Doing great work.
And then you see the Utica Comets. Comets have a game tonight, big game against the Laval Rocket. Fell short last night, but they are still in the playoff hunt, and there are still tickets available. So, again,
puck drop 7 p.m.
Yep.
We have the Zamboni with wheels. The Zamboni not on ice. I almost said dry.
I'm not going to refer to it in wheels anymore.
Yes, on pavement. Zamboni on pavement.
Yeah. That's still loud, even though it's when it's in the yard, it's really loud.
Naughty is here. Naughty holding everyone up.
Yeah.
Just like he does.
How can you not? It's like it. The kids love Naughty, and there's a lot of kids. Pat McGrath just texted me. He said he's never seen so many people. So that is good to hear.
That is so awesome.
And for all these people, they can go home and watch the rebroadcast on WKTV Plus, and of course tomorrow also on WKTV Plus.
Our friends at Town Square Media, we have Big Frog, Light 98.7, and WOUR coming into picture now in front of the historic Stanley Theater in downtown Utica.
There's Jeremiah B. Frog. NBT Bank was in front of the folks at Town Square. Now Big Frog is coming into your living room, and Jeremiah B. Frog making his presence felt. As Kristen mentioned, for Town Square's Big Frog, Light 98.7 and 96.9 WOUR.
So sweet candy shop.
Nice.
That is beautiful. Look at the top of that van. So sweet, located in Clinton. They moved from Varick Street. Started 12 years ago selling candy at local farmers markets. And guess what? There is a need, and they now have the brick and mortar store in Clinton.
B-Dry Systems.
Carrying the Utica Yeti.
That's right. Tri-City Lacrosse, the Utica Yeti. That's the North American Box Lacrosse League. Remember the Box Lacrosse Championships were here. It is an up-and-coming
Is that
thing.
September? September, I think?
It was in September, yeah. Teams from all over.
We were just saying, can't believe it's been almost a year since IIHF Women's Hockey Championship was here. Seems like yesterday.
That was I almost said it. It was a
fantastic
event. It was truly a big win for this area, and we were on the world stage and performed.
I mean, same thing with the lacrosse too. I mean, coming from all over.
Yeah. All right. Pat McGrath also said there were 235 runners in the Mad Meet.
I think that's definitely a new high.
Yeah. The U.S. Black Belt contingent. They are located on Commercial Drive in New Hartford under the direction of Master Zheng Xin.
I believe we have a demonstration.
Wow. That hurt just seeing him do that.
Wow, that's cool. Does he have spikes on his shoes? That's awesome. Oh, here we go. The discipline. I'd end up with a black eye.
Again, that was
black
U.S.
belt.
black belt. I think that's new this year.
Well, you know what? It's hard to say sometimes because the weather stops a lot of performances
Sure.
as well.
Caliber Collision located on Lincoln Ave in Utica, on the west side of the city.
And the committee to elect Judge Randall. The Green Man's here. Candace Randall. Running for Supreme Court judge. A number of elected officials here campaigning. Candidates, I should say.
Well, like we said, it is a captive audience. Dare I say thousands of captive audience.
Packy's Pub, located in Washington Mills. This is where I may end up.
There you go.
This is where I end up. So Washington Mills bought by Dean and Amy Braun at the end of 2022. Going strong. A lot of improvements in Packy's Pub. Delicious menu. Couple of floats.
Well, they're going to be busy today. I hope they've got somebody left in the kitchen running the show. Confetti for all.
Upstate Caring Partners coming into view, providing innovative programs and services that support and create opportunities for people of all abilities.
And there seems to be a little lull in the parade, so why don't we see if we can sneak in a quick break and help the folks that sponsor this coverage for us. You're watching the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade here on News Channel 2.
There's a lot of reasons why the Honda CR-V is one of the most popular SUVs on the road. The CR-V is fun to drive, and it's a great deal. It's got a ton of award-winning features and loads of space inside. But most of all, it's a Honda, and that means reliability. Year after year, mile after mile, you can count on the Honda CR-V. A Car and Driver 10 Best for the third year in a row. To see the CR-V for yourself, see your Upstate Honda dealer today.
Dan's Lawn Care offers a complete lawn maintenance service. From mowing, driveway sealing and paving, landscape, excavation, and snow plowing. We will meet all your property needs so you can focus on other priorities year-round. Let our knowledge and experience enhance the image of your business or home. We service both residential and commercial properties in Oneida and Madison County. Dan's Lawn Care is fully insured and dependable. To get a free estimate, please call us at 315-335-6542.
Come on in to the Potting Shed Antiques for our Madness in March sale starting March 1st through March 28th.
Everything will be 40% off except gold jewelry and coins. Stop by and check out our one-of-a-kind antiques, located on Oriskany Boulevard across from Whitesboro Middle School.
Welcome to Dr. Bruce Stewart's Dental Practice, where we treat every patient as if they were our own family. We specialize in the least invasive surgical techniques. For implants and laser periodontal, we do everything in-house. Improve your smile without metal with Sure Smile Clear Aligners. Get the best dental care with Dr. Bruce Stewart and his staff in Oneida. Ultra-modern dentistry backed by old-fashioned values. Call and make an appointment today. And as always, come smile with us.
We are back live in downtown Utica. You're looking at the Kilowatt Chasers. An awesome float, one of my favorites every year. The linemen of National Grid. This is their service organization.
I always wanted to know, they must take it down and transport it. or not go very fast on the way back home, that's for sure. But we thank those folks for their work, called out in the worst conditions to get electricity and gas service back for everybody, like we said, in the worst conditions. Following them is the Beep MP Auto Works and Double the Lights Candy Company. Auto Works is on Oriskany Street West, Candy Shop on Varick Street, both in Utica. We thank them for making their appearance today.
Hope they have good business today. I think they will.
Yeah.
BMP coming up behind. Along with diamond cut seal coating coming into view.
Again, this is a great marketing opportunity for a lot of these local businesses. You have a very captive audience.
Sure. Seal coating, I mean, this is the time of year to start thinking about that. They're located on Miller Road in Holland Patton.
Yeah, as you're right there, as the snow begins to melt and you see the damage of the winter and the frost heaves and everything else.
Water bottles. They're tossing water bottles, which is really such a great idea.
And then coming into view momentarily will be the Marshall Mavericks. And this is a recreational cheer program out of Deansboro for athletes 4 to 18 years old. So they're doing cartwheels, doing flips.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Like I said, my back is hurting just watching that. 4 to 18 years old, the Marshall Mavericks.
Abbey Seamless Gutters, owned and operated by Kevin Abbey.
25 years in business for Kevin and the folks at Abbey Seamless Gutters. He's got a couple trucks and equipment in the parade, and he's filming it too. Is that a steady cam, Dave? Is that what that is? Making our way through it. And a little bit of a lull here while we're waiting for the next one of the favorites to come down, that being the Camden Continentals. If you're just joining us, Steve McMurray, Kristen Copeland with you for the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade. This is going to be one for the books, probably the nicest weather we've had in at least, 15 plus years. I remember I had friends coming up from D.C. one time when it was this nice, and Jack, my 19-year-old, was 4 or 5, so probably a good 15 years.
As Eric mentioned and Jason mentioned, digging out from the winter we had, the Camden Continentals. Formed in the mid-1800s. 1945, this band moved from Tabor to Camden, renaming the Camden Continentals.
They play about 15 events a year, including here in Utica. Let's take a listen. And the Camden Continentals will be playing at the Elks Lodge on Champlin Ave, starting at noon. Dave, is that when we heard that? Anyway, they'll be there this afternoon. Not sure the time. What time?
Well,
2:30. I'm sorry.
Just go after the parade.
Just after the parade, and stay for the Continentals. Next up, the committee to elect Judge Gregory Amoroso for Supreme Court. He's running for the state Supreme Court judge in the 5th Judicial District.
Another, I believe, first to the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade is the Mohawk Valley Water Authority. With all these changing temperatures, let's all pray to St. Patrick that water main breaks are to a minimum.
Absolutely.
They brought their hydro excavator, Steve.
I see that. You may not know what it is, but you never want to. But you're glad you have it, right?
Yes. Max's Print Shop. Owner Dan Smith has over 40 years experience providing high-quality custom printed items.
And he was
in Marcy.
And he was honored at the celebration of the Irish in February. Dan Smith was. And you hear the East Utica drumline coming into view. 30 years ago, formed by Pat Petrello, they meet exclusively to march in this parade, comprised of many area musicians, mostly Proctor graduates, ranged from the class of 1967 to now. Let's keep a listen.
Utica Mayor Michael Galimi on saxophone in the mix.
And they are playing the Notre Dame fight song. Notre Dame fighting Irish. And following the East Utica drumline is the folks at Fountainhead. Company makes sprayers, foggers. They are located in New York Mills and their newest facility in the Schuyler Business Park.
Our parade is always the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day, and sometimes I get to St. Patrick's Day and I say, but we already did St. Patrick's Day. I forgot that.
Yeah. And now this is a new entry, I think.
No, actually, this is one of my favorites from last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
Honey Lock Salon. They're located in Mohawk. And if you look at their flow, once we come into our camera view here, look closely at the flow and see what's happening here. There's a full salon complete with sinks to do your hair, to wash your hair. Somebody's actually getting their hair done during the St. Patrick's Day parade. Honey Lock Salon.
That is efficient. And you know who's happy about that? Whoever's appointment was this morning said, oh, no, they're going to be in the parade. I can't get my hair done. Well, guess what?
No excuse.
Now you can. And you can watch the parade, be in the parade, get your hair done all at the same time. That is multitasking at its finest. And coming down the Clinton Collision. I didn't think this thing could fit down Genesee Street.
Look at the size of this tow truck. When there are a lot of, unfortunately, accidents that we are covering in the news and involving tractor trailers, I always joke and off camera. Got to call Clinton Collision.
Got to call Clinton Collision. Been doing it for 45 years.
Look at the size of these rigs.
Man alive. Well, if you got to pick up a tractor trailer, you need something big to do it, and that fits the bill. And just to show you the evolution of technology, right? How big those trucks were, and then their historic vehicle. And it's in loving and it's in memory of Joe Lamonto. Must have been the founder. There's Dave Gagola on the back, getting the crowd fired up. So you'll see a lot of fire departments making their way down. This is our folks from Whitesboro, our friends there, providing fire and EMS services to more than 13,000 residents in the village of Whitesboro and the town of Whitestown, serving the community for more than 125 years. The folks from Whitesboro FD, we thank them for their service.
And as we head off to take another break, we have the Life Matters Training Center located in Canastota. The group encourages you to be like Patrick and make your life matter. This is the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade on News Channel 2.
Come on in to the Potting Shed Antiques for our Madness in March sale starting March 1st through March 28th.
Everything will be 40% off except gold jewelry and coins. Stop by and check out our one-of-a-kind antiques located on Oriskany Boulevard across from Whitesboro Middle School. Dan's Lawn Care offers a complete lawn maintenance service. From mowing, driveway sealing and paving, landscape, excavation, and snow plowing, we will meet all your property needs so you can focus on other priorities year-round. Let our knowledge and experience enhance the image of your business or home. We service both residential and commercial properties in Oneida and Madison County. Dan's Lawn Care is fully insured and dependable. To get a free estimate, please call us at 315-335-6542.
With warm weather right around the corner, spring into action and get started on your home projects with Little Falls Lumber. Replace that old deck with something new and fresh. Add more space for your winter toys. Get your free estimate today for that project, big or small. Little Falls Lumber, owned and operated for over 3 generations, prides themselves on professional service, experience, and industry knowledge. They're always happy to help.
Stop by one of our 3 convenient locations and speak to one of our knowledgeable salesmen about your next project.
Welcome back to News Channel 2. That was Tommy Carcone, the UFD Union president, give us a shout out. In your screen was also the vote for Scott Adsett, Whitestown Highway Superintendent. Retired Utica fireman is Scott Adsett. And into view now, Chief Joe Morosco and the Yorkville Fire Department with their newest piece of apparatus. That is Tower Ladder 13. And that was and in the bucket there is Dave Morosco, past chief, and still mourning the loss of their son, Nick Morosco, who's the assistant chief for many, many years, and that truck was his brainchild and his baby. And Yorkville folks still talking about that and still thinking of past Chief Morosco.
PLS Asphalt Maintenance, they were busy here in downtown Utica yesterday painting the emblem in front of the Stanley Theater, in front of the bandstand, really, and that's going to stay year-round. Thank you for participating in the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade every year. I'm checking my News Channel 2 Storm Tracker 2 app. Just curious, it is 58 degrees in downtown Utica right now.
You and I are going to get a sunburn. It's been the sun has been perched atop the Stanley since we started.
Yeah, well, Jason said make sure you bring your sunscreen this year, and he was not wrong.
He is not kidding. As you see more of the PLS asphalt contingent going through, they are on Broad Street in Frankfort. I want to give a shout out to the.
What is this, a bubble machine?
I think so.
That's that's probably where they usually put paint, and now they're putting bubble
Makes
solution
sense.
in. Okay, all right.
Hey, you got to adapt. It's awesome. The parade. I want to give a shout out to the parade marshals trying to keep the parade moving, but at times it's a challenge when you're handing out candy and seeing folks that you maybe haven't seen for a while. And there are more of them here than usual because the weather is so spectacular. Dare I say fantastic? I believe I have.
Are there any tattoo shops open right now? Maybe we can get that for you.
On my other shoulder? I do have a shamrock.
Your shamrock on one shoulder.
I do.
We'll put fantastic on the other side.
There you go.
Fantastic, see other shoulder.
Pacemaker Steel coming into view now, founded by Eugene Romano in 1956. Their motto is proud, proven, and professional. Pacemaker Steel.
Shorts, sandals, sunglasses. This is a Utica St. Patrick's Day parade like no other. Because even in the nicest weather we've seen up until this point, it was still, a chill in the air.
Sure. Following Pacemaker Steel was the New York Mills Fire Department. They were established in 1931, proudly providing fire and emergency services to the village of New York Mills and portions of the towns of New Hartford and Whitestown. Chief is Rick Ulinski.
Making their presence known here. The one time you hear a siren and don't think the worst.
Right, and you're okay with it.
I mean, a lot of these fire departments, they only see people at their worst.
Sure.
So it's a great opportunity to come out, have some fun with the community, and see people at their best. Behind New York Mills Fire Department, we have the Clinton Fire Department. Clinton averaging about 1,000 calls a year. They've been involved with the parade since its inception on Varick Street. The Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade actually started on Varick Street for a number of years, and when it was revived, came to Genesee Street in downtown Utica.
This is the long time, it's another tradition of this parade. Clinton with their folks on the ladder. And these couple of the guys up there in shorts, that was not recommended in the previous years. But as you said, it's almost 60 degrees, so make it work.
McCraith Beverages, local family beverage distributor out of New York Mills. They've been in business since 1972, bringing the blue light truck, the tractor trailer, saying, "Let's go Comets," official beer of the Utica Comets. McCraith also a supplier of Saranac, hometown proud.
I have a feeling there will be a large quantity of Blue Light, Blue, and Saranac consumed in the immediate area in the immediate hours. That's just a guess. Among others, Utica Club will be a favorite as well, I'm sure.
You have to try that Utica Club Light.
Only 99 calories.
Marcy Beverage said they can't keep it in stock.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Deerfield Volunteer Fire Company. They're our fire department. They help us out. We're, of course, on Smith Hill in Deerfield. Quick shout out. They are hosting Friday Fish Fries through Lent from 4 to 7 p.m. But get there early because they sell out all the time.
There's a line for a reason. They know what they're doing.
No doubt. Behind Deerfield, you will see Village Motors.
You will hear Village Motors.
You're going to hear Village Motors, too. Heavy duty towing recovery. They're in Oriskany. Third generation local business. They started back in 1985.
All right, celebrating 40 years. I assume green is their color. If not, they got really into it this year.
Exactly. They pulled out all the stops. They're followed by Superior Mowing Services, mowing, excavating, hardscaping, sod, and lawn installations for the folks from Superior.
They do snow removal as well. I hope we don't need you.
I hope those services are done for this year. Exactly. Elite Towing on Commercial Drive in Yorkville. Again, you hope you never need them, but you're glad they're around if you need them.
Behind Elite Towing, we have 50 Forward Mohawk Valley and Pepsi coming into play. You're going to see that in picture as we take a quick break here for News Channel 2's live coverage of the Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade. You were awesome. Thank you.
There's a lot of reasons why the Honda CR-V is one of the most popular SUVs on the road. The CR-V is fun to drive, and it's a great deal. It's got a ton of award-winning features and loads of space inside. But most of all, it's a Honda, and that means reliability. Year after year, mile after mile, you can count on the Honda CR-V, a Car and Driver 10 Best for the third year in a row. To see the CR-V for yourself, see your upstate Honda dealer today.
The Empower program is a free energy upgrade program through New York State. It provides upgrades like insulation, gas furnaces, hot water tanks.
We have a full team that identifies what each individual homeowner can receive, every single penny that they could get, and then we do all the processing.
I'm a salesman, but I'm not a salesman. I don't take money from the homeowner. I find funding to give back to them.
There's a different way to do it, and we do it at Standard.
This is no cost to you. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You don't qualify? Like, how are you going to know unless you call?
Are you ready to unleash your potential? We are the Fountainhead Group. We're not just a company. We're a community of innovators, creators, and problem solvers. From engineering and producing innovative products to providing exceptional customer service, we thrive on challenges and opportunity. FGI values diversity, growth, and integrity. Here, your ideas matter and your career will flourish. The Fountainhead Group, where your path to success begins. Apply today and be a part of our winning team. Visit thefountainheadgroup.com/careers.
Welcome back to the 2025 Utica St. Patrick's Day Parade here on News Channel 2. Coming into view now, the Frankfort Fire Department. My home guys and gals. We thank them for making the trip up once again. I think they had the loudest siren in the past few years. My guess is they cleaned that out for this particular
I had to
event.
pull
If I know
my headset
them.
off. It was so loud.
While we were gone, Sure Seal Installations went by. I wanted to give them a shout out, as well as 54 in Mohawk Valley, both on the Parkway and in Verona Beach, the services they provide. That was Scotty's Sales and Service, also, that's on Route 5 in Clinton.
Coming up behind Scotty B's, we have the Sequoia Fire District, formed in 1911.
Folks from Sequoia bringing their squads and their rescues here, and they're handing out some candy as well.
And it's that time of year. I hope we're not in fake spring. It's that time of year. We're going to dust off our bikes. We're ready for spring activities. Why not? Something we've never seen in the parade before.
You know what? That's actually ingenious. They're not going to be tired at all. It's genius.
Motorbikes. They're still doing work.
They're coasting a little bit downhill. We give them credit, though. Well, this is all the Sequoia contingent.
And like with other fire departments that we've seen, it's a great opportunity to bring your family out, get on the trucks, let them control the siren. Let the kids control the siren, that is.
Go figure. Billy Farley's holding up the works. I would have won that bet. We got a mug for Mug Club. That's the folks from Sequoia. Shout out to Vinny Palmieri from Frankfort, his wife Carol. Vinny's the president of the Frankfort Kiwanis. Just gave us a shout out there. New Hartford Fire Department. It's your neighborhood.
My neighborhood, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, protecting lives and property in the community. Firefighters, certified fire instructors, hazmat technicians, safety officers, the works in New Hartford, also bringing out an antique engine. Great weather. I mean, a lot of times it's weather dependent if we're going to see these. New Hartford with green smoke. They said, Maynard, we're going to show you up with the smoke. We're going to go green.
We're going green in more ways than one.
But they saved that for the judges' stand, the bandstand.
Yeah. Judges are going to have their work cut out for them too. I mean, when there's 135 units involved, that's a lot of pressure in that.
It is hard. I mean, from our vantage point, we're watching. I mean, I have some favorites.
Sure.
But it's hard. I would not be able to narrow it down.
No, not at all. And everybody's a little different, but all wonderful. Next up, Tri-Valley Beverages. You'll see them coming into view. They were formed in 1983. They're located in Westmoreland. And they're a wholesaler for Anheuser-Busch, Snapple, Heineken, Guinness. Portfolio of craft beers, including Omegang, Southern Tier, Sierra Nevada, etc. Again, founded in 1983. Now, when Pepsi came by, Pepsi was actually handing out Pepsis to people. I think that's Pat McGrath's, isn't that the Mislinski McGrath Funeral Home, Lincoln going by there, followed by one of the ambulances for Central Oneida County Ambulance Corps out in Clark Mills.
Parade so far, they've done a decent job. The marshals of the parade keeping everyone in line. They are also keeping us on our toes because I know a lot of these they've gone out of order. We're doing what we can, but at this point we're kind of going off script.
That's all right.
What we see is what you get.
Exactly. There's the folks from Oriskany Fire Department heading down past the Stanley. Paulie Reben, I believe I saw walking through our shot there a couple seconds ago. Palmer Food Service. All right, this is based in Rochester, but they recently acquired Smith Packing in Utica, and they supply restaurants, schools, casinos, and healthcare facilities with food. Palmer Food Service, again, Smith Packing around for many, many years here in Utica, and now they are owned by the Palmer Food Group.
Verona Fire Department making their way to downtown Utica. April 26th is Recruit New York Day, and Verona Fire Department and a number of fire departments have open houses planned with food and drinks and live demonstrations. Thanks for coming to Utica, Verona.
Verona, one of the busier departments around here. And they are first due at the Turning Stone Casino, so that will a lot of folks there day in, day out.
Founded in 1928.
Easy Tree Care. They are located on Lawrence Street in the city of Rome. So they made their way down to the neighboring city and down Genesee Street.
Everyone's going to have such a great day after this.
Yeah.
We are nearing the end of our parade here in downtown Utica. We thank you for joining us this morning as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day together.
And we are coming toward the end, as you said. Next will be Ryan Aldrich Trucking, and these are some of the finest and fanciest machines you're going to see. They're located on Mowers Road in Schuyler. That looks like it may be brand new, but you could eat off that. Look at that. They also have a big facility in the Schuyler Business Park, I believe, that's being constructed. And rounding up, Cedarville Fire Department. Getting ready for the Recruit New York open house on the 26th. That includes a pancake breakfast, basket raffles, and live demonstrations. And the last unit, prior to the DPW, and that's home improvement contracting. They offer interior general remodeling services, tile work, electrical, and plumbing. And there's the end of the parade. Boy, that was impressive. That was
a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Let me get some of our
our goodies. How
Got goodies.
nice. People didn't forget us up here in our perch.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, that was fantastic. What we're going to do is we're going to send it to a real quick break to thank a lot of our sponsors, and then we'll come back and wrap up coverage of the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade here on News Channel 2. Stay with us.
Thanks for joining us for Utica's St. Patrick's Day Parade live in downtown Utica. The weather was
fantastic. If you just joined us, you'll want to watch the rebroadcast, and if you really want to get in trouble, do it. Have a look. No,
I'm going to let you say it. You're the general manager.
No, we're
I'm
not going to say that. Fantastic was the word of the day, but it really wasn't overused because, quite honestly, the weather was perfect. The crowd was amazing. Probably one of the biggest number of floats and participants, 135 floats and units, we should say, 235 runners in the Mad Mile. Want to give props to the parade committee, the co-directors, David Wood and Pat McGrath, really have taken this on and grew it leaps and bounds. Obviously, the weather, to get the crowd here today, the weather played a large role in it, but still, just the fact that it's on everybody's calendar once again, I want to give a shout-out to those guys.
The organization of this is not a week thing. This is a year thing.
No, that's right. And they will, probably not this afternoon. I have a feeling I know where they're going to be this afternoon, and they're probably not going to be debriefing, is my guess. But they'll start planning next year's relatively soon. We want to thank the sponsors for bringing this broadcast to you, our sponsors, Dan's Lawn Care, Little Falls Lumber, the Potting Shed Antiques, and Upstate Honda. Thank you folks for doing what you did. That allowed us to bring the commercial so that folks didn't have to miss any of the parade units. So we thank you for your support at doing that. It was this turned out a great day, great parade. Really happy.
And thank you to our coworkers, all of folks manning the cameras and pushing the buttons, and we thank you. And thanks for opening Steve's mic.
Yeah. or you're the ones to blame. One of the two, right? But no, seriously, Tom McNichol, our chief engineer, Dave Streeter, our ops manager, and our floor director here, Chris Ford and Chris Walsh out there, and all the news folks that were participating earlier today. It's the news cycle is what the news cycle is, but these are events that they're rewarding to do. They're a lot of fun, and we feel they're important to bring to you.
Gives us an opportunity to have fun.
Yeah.
Relax a little bit.
Yeah.
You see our true colors.
Yes. For better or worse. I won't say let our hair down because that's I let my hair down. Never got it back.
But thank you for joining us. Yeah. We do have a couple of rebroadcasts. If you miss any of our coverage, or if you were marching in our coverage, or coming here live, you're going to get to watch tomorrow noon and 8 p.m. on WKTV Plus. That's our newest station in our family of stations, and as we celebrate 75 years here at WKTV, that's an awesome addition, especially for your weather forecast. You're going to want to check that out.
Absolutely. And that's channel 1246 on Spectrum or 2.3 over the air.
Before we say goodbye, I want to say a happy birthday to my cousin, Kara Patrice Tehan. Her birthday, her 40th birthday, is actually on St. Patrick's Day.
On Monday.
And I thought this was a good opportunity to let everyone know about it. So if you know Kara, make sure you say happy birthday to her.
All right, happy birthday, Kara. That'll do it for our coverage of the 2025 St. Patrick's Day Parade here on News Channel 2. For Kristen Copeland and the rest of the News Channel 2 team, I'm Steve McMurray. We hope you had as much fun as we did, and we will see you soon. Take care.